Here in the WRAL Live Center. I just want to show our viewers this right now. Hundreds of thousands of people without power right now in Louisiana because of Francine. You'll see there in the southeastern part of the state, all of those regions that are affected right now. But I do want to pull up some video to kind of show you what we're looking at. So this is a live look at the Caesars Superdome right now, but let's rewind the clock a little bit to what we saw a bit earlier. You can see just some floodwater here that's been pulled up toward this pier that's on here. It looks like the video may have stopped here. It's unable to play at this moment, but that just kind of shows you the significance of the water that was brought by Francine. Throughout the morning, I'm going to bring you some more images that we're seeing here in the WRAL Live Center. Check back in with me in just a little bit.
This morning, thousands of people in Louisiana are without power after Francine made landfall. That storm is bringing heavy rain. It's causing widespread flooding. The storm arrived last night as a Category 2 hurricane, wind gusts over 100 miles an hour. It has since been weakened to a tropical storm. Flash flooding is a serious concern for a lot of those folks in Louisiana because the storm has slowed down. It is now lingering over that region.
Loving good here in the WRAL Live Center. I'm kind of walking back and forth trying to look at some of our different sources of video here, but I can show you this outage map first. Still, we're talking roughly 400,000 people without power right now, just about. You'll see in the southeastern part of the state where that's mostly centrally located. I did have a camera up here, and I'm going to show you briefly. It'll look kind of looks like I may have turned off there. That's unfortunate. We did have a live look at the French Quarter where you could see the water had receded at that moment. So I'm unfortunately unable to bring that, but I can show you the Superdome once more this morning to see how things have definitely calmed down a bit there. You can see there's a little bit of water left on the lens there. So come back to me again in a little while. I'm going to try to find more images that are coming out of Louisiana because, again, yes, things are quieter at least a little bit, but there are still the remains of Francine there.
We want to give you a live look at Jackson, Mississippi right now, where Francine, now a tropical storm, is bringing strong winds and heavy rain to the area. More than 380,000 customers are without power right now across the state. People are urged to stay off the roads as dangerous flooding is being reported there. Also, take a look at this. A driver was saved from a submerged car last night in New Orleans. This rescue was captured on live TV. A reporter from the NBC affiliate in New Orleans spotted a truck going under after it drove around barricades, and he says he flagged down a nearby police officer. A Good Samaritan saw what was happening, ran home to grab something to break the car window, and he was able to pull the driver out and get the driver to safety. It is 4:47, and it is the peak of hurricane season, and we are seeing it playing out there along the Gulf Coast. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner tracking Francine for us.
Still lots of heavy rain with this, and the focus is now going to turn to focus in Mississippi, Alabama, where we see a lot of heavy rain, and of course the red shaded area where we have a tornado watch. Typically landfalling systems like this do produce tornadoes, so be on the lookout for that as well. Fortunately, things look pretty quiet there right now. You can see that the bulk of the rain has now moved out of Louisiana. And so has the strongest wind. The strongest wind is now starting to move on up into Mississippi. And again, some heavy rain likely to continue to cause some flooding. And of course, we'll be following this and let you know how things are looking down in Louisiana. They've, they tend to get hit pretty hard by these storms. Officially, it's 20 miles northwest of New Orleans. That's the center of circulation. But again, all the rain, the wind is starting to move on to the north at about 12 miles per hour. Winds now down to 45 miles per hour. And we take a look at the path continues to move northward. It's likely, of course, here's the 5 a.m. advisory just came in, 45 mile per hour wind, so down from 50 in the last advisory. Just becomes a tropical depression and a low as we get into the day today. So it's going to rapidly weaken, but it's still going to continue to carry all that moisture with it. That'll bring some heavy rain. Here's a look at Futurecast. The bulk of the heavy rain is here, but there's a boundary and some waves of rain that are likely to move closer to North Carolina. Notice as we get into the day on Friday, there may be a boundary that lifts northward and brings us a chance of some scattered showers during the day on Friday. And then again on Saturday and Sunday, but we have something else developing that's likely to cause more problems. Along a boundary that stretches out into the Atlantic, there's a low pressure system that will likely form. And this is going to be the one that brings the issues for us. We could see some strong gusty, potentially damaging winds along the coast and some very heavy rain as we get into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So our rainfall forecast looks like this. It's 30% chance Saturday and Sunday, but it's a 60% 20% chance on Monday and a 50% chance on Tuesday. And honestly, even beyond that, this may be a very slow mover. So we start to move into a grayer, wetter pattern, even starting tomorrow, that could last well into next week. And how much rainfall in the next 7 days could be significant. Some of our viewing area could see as much as 3 inches up near the Virginia line, maybe 1.5 inches of rain. So again, this will be a significant event for us. This morning, we're just seeing increasing clouds around the area. 63 degrees is our current temperature. Dew points down in the 50s. And we're looking mostly at upper 50s to low and mid 60s as you're headed out the door. 81 in Raleigh, 80 in Durham, 83 in Fayetteville, but with a good bit more cloud cover. And our muggy meter is definitely on the rise. It's going to feel pretty sticky for us starting tomorrow, well into next week. Look at that. All of the icons with showers and thunderstorms in that forecast. We'll talk more about some of the rainfall totals that we'll see coming up.